It didn't take long for me to realize I wanted to spend my life with him. He was the second man I'd ever been with, and he has been the last. The first 5 years were perfect. We were the envy of all of our friends. We were the perfect couple. We had what everyone wanted. We never argued. We had perfect trust. It's kind of hard to imagine, but I remember those days clearly. When we had our daughter, shit got real. Patience dwindled. Understanding dwindled. We did start bickering. He started watching porn. Not so much at first, but once I got a job, it picked up considerably, and when I lost it due to totaling my vehicle, it didn't slow down, and it bothered me. The bother just grew and grew. I wish that I could have let it alone or even just watched it with him. The way we had it all set up, though, he would try and hide it and not do very well. It would make me feel not only second-rate, but also like he thought I was stupid. In retrospect, absolutely I blew this out of proportion. I started listening to marriage podcasts where the husband was sorry and the wife was hurt, and I thought he should be sorry too, but that wasn't him, you know? Well, our little porn war went on for several years. In year 8, I was alone all the time. I finally decided it wasn't going to stop, that he did not love me, that we did not communicate, that he didn't want me, and I did the thing I did. He had told me more than once porn was just TV. Porn didn't mean anything. It was art, entertainment. I decided what he would say if the star of said porn was myself. I'd read about it, thought about how I would do it, troll websites, even set up accounts, but I never went through with it. Then finally, in that 8th year of our relationship, almost to 9, I followed through. The website was called extralunchmoney.com. Users would post their custom video requests, and the girls would go through them and pick what they wanted to do. Then the one who posted it would pick the volunteer they wanted, and you'd set your price. I did not anticipate the popularity. I received enough requests in my personal inbox to keep me busy for the foreseeable future in the first few days. In the first 2 weeks, I sold 2 photo sets, 1 non-nude and 4 to 5 minute videos, 1 also non-nude, and I made almost $300, which was a little more than I made every 2 weeks working at a small store. Dollar signs in my eyes. I couldn't spend the money because I couldn't tell. I thought maybe I could save up a big enough nest egg that it wouldn't matter where it came from. I was excited. I was business-minded. I got caught. 2 weeks in. My poor husband picked up my phone to a video that was in process of uploading. He thought it was for him, but then "To Brad with love" flashed across the screen. When I say it destroyed him, I'm not exaggerating. I can't think about it still without crying. It hurt him so bad. I had no idea he even had that many feelings at that point. And I had hurt them all. I did love him so much, and I still do. Nothing I said could bring him any comfort, though. To him, it was an affair. Maybe worse than an affair. I hadn't even really considered it cheating. Somehow I had missed it. I fought it at first because I didn't want to see it, but it was cheating. He moped around here for about 2 months trying and failing to Google me. When he finally tracked down a buyer, he was able to get 1 video, and it was the worst he could have gotten, of course. They were all solo, and all but 1 were pretty softcore, but he found the one. In March of that year, 2019, he switched gears. He found online dating sites. I panicked. I cried. I begged. He somehow calmed my fears and soothed my nerves, and then I'd get comfortable again, only to find out he was still looking. These sites showed his real name and location, where neighbors could see. Of course, anything I'd say, he'd turn it back on me. Well, you put your ass out there for the world to see. Why don't you go and tell your boyfriends about it? So, in my own guilt, I would shut up and try to cling to the promise that he was just looking. I did leave a few times, but always within a few weeks, he would come get me and bring us back. We do have a 5-year-old daughter, so going home was not hard to do. Now let's fast forward about a year, current day. That pattern has continued for a year. Only now he is on WhatsApp, Kik, and Hangouts. He has women calling his phone in the evenings. I'm pretty sure he sends them money. By the way, we are not in a position to be giving out money. Never have been. I get so mad and bitter. To leave is to transfer my daughter, pull her from school, uproot our lives. To stay is a temper in my heart. We still have sex. He says he hasn't actually met anyone, wouldn't, physically. But I don't know what to believe. Every day is just another day that I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. I'm tired of being mean to him, but if I act like nothing's wrong, I feel like a damn fool. I want our family to be healthy so badly. I wish so bad that I had never made those stupid videos. I wish so badly that I hadn't walked the line. I feel responsible for destroying my own integrity and his too. I feel responsible for destroying my family, the only thing that even matters. It seems as though it's never going to get better. Ladies, if you haven't yet, especially if you have a family involved, don't do it. Do right, because the hurt doesn't ever stop. Neither does regret. Forgiveness doesn't know how badly you want it to. Some things just cannot be undone. Be undone. The beginning started about 6 years ago. I was in a relationship at the time, and so was he. Let's call him Mike. Mike and I ran into each other about 12 years after high school. It started out casual with conversations over the phone. Then we would meet here and there for a drink. We built a strong friendship. But one day, out of the blue, he professed his feelings for me. It threw me off, but it was so genuine, I felt a chill go to my bones. I know it sounds crazy, but I knew right then I'd love this man deeper than anyone else from my past. We had a big misunderstanding which caused us to lose contact for a while. When we did reconnect, he was having a baby and I decided to get married to another man. We started communicating again, and after more time, we slept together. It was too special at first, and I don't think either of us expected it to be. By this time, we were both married with kids and decided if this was going to work, we'd be completely honest with each other. Over time, we fell deeply in love. I got a procedure to ensure I wouldn't get pregnant, and so did he. We're each other's best friends. I can't see myself without him. I often think about ending my marriage to be with him, and he does as well. We take vacations together. We talk every day. I'm not sure how this will end, or if it ever will. I just don't want to hurt anyone, and I don't want to face the consequences of ever being caught. I'm a coward, I'm selfish, and I feel horrible when I think of being caught. I often daydream about leaving my marriage and being with him. I feel like he's my soulmate. So confusing. I feel like the worst thing that can happen would be to leave my marriage and get into a situation that does not work out. My friends say I feel this way only because of the situation, and my feelings are not real. If anyone could provide some advice, it would be greatly appreciated. I've left so many things out of the story, like he has 2 kids outside of his marriage. He slept with my sister, and if we were to get together, his wife and I would never be cordial because he and I were almost caught by her a few years ago. After listening to your story, I believe I'm also a serial cheater. I say that because I found myself in relationships where I didn't have the courage to leave, so I'd cheat. I actually ended up with my husband because I was cheating with him from my last relationship. That relationship went back and forth for many years. He and I have been together off and on for about 19 years, but I count about 13 years because that's the age of our youngest child. I never wanted to marry my current husband. I wasn't happy, and I don't think he was either. The misunderstanding between Mike and I pushed me to decide to get married. Before that misunderstanding, I knew I'd marry Mike. At this time, he had been married for about 8 years, but he and his wife have dated since high school. At this point, I've been married for 6 years. Although I was a cheater in my past, I feel like I'd never cheat on Mike. We are versions of each other. We think the same. We value the same things, and I believe he wouldn't cheat on me either. I ended up getting sterilized because I knew we'd end up having a baby. Years later, he got sterilized to ensure not getting his wife pregnant so we can be together. At this point, I believe we both want to. We're both scared. Neither of us want to be the bad guy to our friends, family, and children. I don't remember the last time I was happy. I was disconnected from my marriage and that relationship. I'm not affectionate. We don't kiss and our sex is so-so. On the other hand, Mike makes me have multiple orgasms and even squirting. I thought it was a myth, but every time we've had sex in the 6 years, sex gets better and better, and I'm not sure how it's possible. My husband is a nice man and he deserves to be happy. I know he'd be happier with anyone else besides me. He actually deserves the feelings I'm experiencing with Mike. But I just can't leave. It's like I need